businessman is the one that has actually multiple ideas and cannot really focus on one idea. The entrepreneur is the one that has one idea and actually can focus on that idea for a bigger value or impact. So what I mean by can be is, first, is the idea something you really care about? Is this something you really care about, and is this something that affects someone you care about also? So it's not just you caring, but also affecting somebody or group of people that you care about. Next is abilities. Meaning, do you have the ability to really do it? Do you have the competence to really execute that idea? Yes or no? Next is the needs. Does the idea meet your needs? And does it meet the needs of others? Also the people or the audience or the customers that you're trying to serve. And needs is actually something that you can look at in two ways also. First, on a personal level. On a personal level, there are 5 aspects to it. First, does it meet your physical needs? So your physical needs, your health and all of that. Material needs. So money, clothing, car, anything material basically in your life, or even your spouse or the people that you are having relationships with. Does it meet your own emotional needs in terms of your relationship with them? Next, does it meet your intellectual needs, which is the I? So does it help you become better? Does it help you grow? Does it help you learn? And then finally, does it meet your spiritual needs? All of these are the personal side of needs. And then there is we can say the business or organizational side of needs. For that, we're actually looking at 3 things. So first, influence. So for instance, if I am doing actually friends, first at a personal level, I'm thinking, does it meet my own needs in terms of PMEIS? So personal, material, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual needs. But for Doyin, who has a business, so now I'm thinking of the organization of Doyin, which is box office. So the organization, does it help box office become more influential in their sphere or in their industry and in the market? Next, does it help box office create more value in terms of the products and services that they are offering? If it meets that need of value, then it's something worth pursuing. Finally, does it meet profitability? Okay. So does it meet box office's profitability? So this is how you can actually take care of the need aspect. So first, your own personal needs, but also the needs of other people and other organizations that are within your community or in your society. Next is belief. Do you really believe in this idea? And also, does it meet your own, your own personal beliefs about life and about how things should be done in terms of the reality of life? The E is actually envisioning. Yeah. So it has to be something that you actually, when you envision it in the future, when you envision it happening, that idea actually crystallizing, do you envision something better, like a better world, a better life, and also 3 important things: success, happiness, and fulfillment? Do you envision those 3 things actually happening as a result of this idea? So for me, as much as I was having so many multiple ideas, millions of ideas, it was important that all those ideas meet this, they can be test actually. So it was only after the idea of Tongston came about, that's when I then realized that, actually Tongston is the only one that meets each of these as far as I was concerned. And so that's why that was the one that I actually focused my attention on, basically. Every other thing, some will meet 1 or 2 of it, some will meet only 1 of it, some will meet 4 of it without 1. Then it's not an idea worth pursuing. Usually with tech talks, when they say ideas worth sharing, for me, this is ideas worth pursuing as far as business or entrepreneurship are concerned.
Now, I guess a lot of entrepreneurs here would also have that challenge. I think they call it idea syndrome, where you just find ideas every time and you're confused on what to pursue.
Yes.
Right? I agree that one needs to run those ideas through the candidate test.
Yeah.
But how do you focus on what's worth pursuing? So how have you focused on Tongston? Because I guess the urge to still do something else. Even the way ideas come, you're passionate about it, you really believe it can work.
Yes.
It's also possible that you have multiple ideas
Yes.
that have passed through the candidate test. So what helps you to focus on?
Yeah, for me, typical example, if you know as much as, I don't know how much you know about Tongston, but the main idea of Tongston is actually entrepreneurial thinking in education. So that was, so in a way, if you kind of look at that idea, I call it the big idea.
Okay.
It's actually something that every organization should have. What is the big idea of your own organization? So for Tongston, it's entrepreneurial thinking in education. Or if you want, you can call it entrepreneurial education. That is the big idea. However, along the way, in my own personal life, I'm very attached to things like movies and stories and all of that. So
is the big idea the vision?
The big idea, yeah, that is like tied to the vision in a way. Yeah, the vision is much longer, but the big idea is something that encapsulates all of it. So I realized that, of course, I have interest in movies and storytelling and all of that. But unfortunately, I'm thinking, but my own passion, as far as Cambit is concerned, is all about education. So in a way, I had to find a way of actually capturing that interest in filmmaking and in movies and all of that into Tongston. And that's why if you look at Tongston's structure, you'll see that there's Tongston Media. So as much as possible, to answer your question, it's important that every other side idea that you have that is secondary to your prime idea, it's important that you find a way of tying it and actually accomplishing it within your main big idea. Yeah, so as far as pursuing concerned, you can say I'm pursuing multiple ideas, but all staying within the main primary or major idea, which is Tongston, and the big idea being entrepreneurial thinking in education.
Okay.
So I still do pursue multiple ideas, just like they are within the scope.
Together.
Yeah, they're still within the scope of Tongston.
Okay.